Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Don't miss our post-game show tomorrow night after Game 2 of the Spurs vs. Warriors. Game 1 was incredible, perhaps one of the greatest playoff games of all time, and heartbreaking all at the same time. Let's look at the Bulls versus Heat. The big storyline was the first half the Heat missed 10 three-pointers, most of them wide open. So we're going to examine how the Bulls let that happen and if it really was rust or not. Then we're going to look at the fourth quarter scores by the Bulls because they lit the Heat defense up for 35 points. And there's a very big issue that the Heat have with the way they guard their pick and roll, and it should give the Bulls fans lots of hope. On this Nate miss in the lane, you can see how much contact the refs were allowing in this game. Slow to get up, the Heat attack 5-on-4. Jimmy Butler has to pick up LeBron and knows if he helps onto Chalmers, LeBron will get it right back for a dunk. So he stays home, and they sacrifice a wide-open three in transition to a 41% three-point shooter. Bosh is a key in this series since the Bulls want him to take a lot of long, open twos. On the offensive rebound, instead of cutting to the hoop, Bosh inexplicably spots up for a three-pointer above the break, where he's shooting 25%. The Heat show a screen and roll in the corner, so Nate will force the ball handler away from the screen towards the baseline. In this configuration, Boozer should completely ignore the offensively inept Haslam and contain the drive. Instead, he just stands in place, forcing both weak side defenders to rotate. An easy pass to Battier gets them a wide open three. The Heat recover the long rebound and LeBron isos on the left wing versus Butler. Watch how Taj Gibson will let Battier go through so he can shadow LeBron and prevent penetration. Butler allows the one thing the Bulls defense tries to deny the most, penetration to the middle. Now, Taj is ineffective and no one is there to rotate onto Battier. Spoelstra threw a weird lineup out there in Ray Allen, Shane Battier, Norris Cole, Udonis Haslem, and LeBron James. These five appeared in only 11 games for a total of 21 minutes with poor results. However, this forced Taj Gibson to guard Battier, and he is clearly not used to sprinting back to defend against a three-point shooter. The Heat used LeBron's excellent passing out of the post to get wide open threes on the weak side. Birdman sets the screen, and with all the focus on LeBron, Taj doesn't get around it very fast, but Battier can't hit the open shot. More strange matchup problems for the Bulls on defense as Carlos Boozer has to guard Mike Miller. Boozer needs to rotate to Bosh diving to the rim, and Bellinelli should be covering the corner a lot quicker. Off the Bellinelli miss, watch how Noah inexplicably picks up Miller even though he had a chance to switch with Boozer before Miami attacked. However, this almost helps them as Noah was left to get a much longer arm up to contest this Miller three. On this high post split, Teague is out of position. He should be higher and bump Ray Allen as he cuts through the lane. By being too low, he allows the nice LeBron bounce pass, which forces the backside to help. Great ball movement gets him another open shot they can't knock down. Cole picks up Nate in the backcourt, but Nate is too fast to trail him like this, and the Bulls put immediate pressure on the Heat defense. LeBron completely loses his man Jimmy Butler, who cuts right behind Nate, gets the nifty pass and the and one. The Heat defend sideline screen and rolls the old-fashioned way with a high hedge. They do want to keep the ball on the same side of the floor, but by using a second defender to do this, you are giving up the roll man slip to an open area for an open mid-range shot. The only way to contest this is with a third defender in Birdman who gets there too late. I did want to show you how impressive Butler's defense was on LeBron all game, bodying him up, knocking the ball loose, and containing his drives until Noah could come over and pressure him into the miss. In transition, Cole and Allen don't communicate. Cole should have picked up Taj Gibson and Allen take Nate Robinson. Instead, Cole takes Nate and Allen is way too slow getting back. I suspect Ray wouldn't have offered much resistance to Taj anyway. On this pick and roll, watch Dwayne Wade fall asleep on Butler, who makes a great cut to the hoop, and Noah hits him and Butler gets the and one. Deep in the fourth, the Bulls turn to their bread and butter play, a misdirection screen and roll with their primary action a double pin down on the weak side. Bosh should know this and know he doesn't need to come over to shadow the pick and roll. By doing this, he's way out of position to help and Bellinelli gets a wide open three. Same exact play, and this time Bosh is with the program, coming up aggressively to take away the Bellinelli shot. However, Ray Allen needs to see this and sprint back to help on Bosch's man Joakim Noah. Instead, LeBron has to help, and that opens a skip pass to Taj Gibson, who gets enough daylight to hit the shot. Same play yet again, and the Heat smother it well, right up until Ray Allen relaxes on the ball and lets Bellinelli penetrate. Dwayne Wade helps a fraction too much even though his man is one pass away, and Butler drains a tough corner three. Here's a minor mistake that comes back to haunt the Heat. Getting back on defense, Bosch and LeBron switch men, and it's unclear to me why. As a result, when Nate hits Bellinelli for this ridiculously hard three-pointer, Noah is able to get the offensive rebound over LeBron when he should have been boxed out by Chris Bosh. Given another chance, the Bulls find Bellinelli open when Wade and Bosh both hesitate to close out. Because the Heat don't use ice to force the ball handler away from the screen, Robinson is able to get to the middle of the floor and attack Chalmers, and there ain't nothing Mario can do about it. Where you really get into trouble with hedging on the screen and roll is that it often forces a switch. Now the Heat have Ray Allen on Nate, which is a complete mismatch, and Nate rightly calls for an isolation on top. He blows right by him into the lane, and Bosh doesn't do his job to step up and help. So there you have it, sports fans. The Heat won't miss that many wide open three-pointers. However, I'm pretty sure the Bulls won't give up that many wide open three-pointers. So that might be a wash when all is said and done. However, the defense they play with hedging on the pick and roll is something the Bulls will exploit all game long, particularly in the fourth quarter. So if they can keep it close and then run those plays, I would expect they're going to get great shots down the stretch and give the Heat a lot of problems. Let's not forget, Kirk Hinrich nor Luol Deng, two vital starters, didn't play, and the Bulls beat them. So you can imagine if they add those two guys, they're going to be even tougher, and this series is going to go at least 6 games and should be very exciting. Well, don't miss our post-game show tomorrow night after the Spurs versus Warriors, and don't forget at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?